Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey, I'm Bianca.
And we're from Club Sapphire, and we wanted to talk tonight about the word no. No, it's a very common question. Actually, before we get into that, there was a conversation that had actually happened with someone here at the club after the last video that we did, which actually talked about the situation when we were at that mansion party in California. I was playing with someone, and someone came over and tried to join in without actually asking. Just kind of, he basically stuck his, he took his wife and kind of pushed her to us, trying to join us without asking. It's in our last video. If that didn't clarify that well. But the question came up was, what if you were playing with a guy and I wanted to join in? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now where's the okay? On one hand, you can say, well, I'm the husband. I get full veto power over everything if you're playing with. On the other hand,
he may not be okay with that.
Right.
Yeah. So I think the polite thing to do would be for you to say, do you mind if I join you guys?
Okay.
And then maybe let him answer first.
Let him answer first. So he gets to decide?
Well, because if I say, sure, yeah, of course, then he might feel like he has to say that because you're my husband.
Right.
If you let him answer and decide whether he's comfortable with that, and he says no or something like that, then there's your answer.
So I just have to walk away, and you just have to go, sorry, Matt, you lose.
Well, you were busy playing with the other person. This was not something that was agreed upon at the beginning of the thing. Like, when you get together with your four people, this is an extreme situation, though. I mean, most of the time...
Someone asked me about it.
Okay, but here's the thing. A lot of times, people are playing all in the same area, the same room or whatever, and you're kind of like going from person to person. I mean, not always, obviously. So
are you saying that in an exact same situation, I'm playing with a woman and you come over and you start touching on me and stuff like that, I'd have to be like, whoa, Bianca. They're there. I'm busy right now. Are you okay with my wife touching me? Wow, you totally are a hypocrite. Totally are a hypocrite. That is fascinating. You went the total different direction than I would have thought you would have said.
I'm wondering... I don't know. This is an interesting topic.
Is it really? I thought it was totally cut and dry.
What did you think?
Spouse gets veto power.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. Is like I was thinking when I was saying as far as me, I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm changing my answer. This is not fair because you had time to think about this. This is the first I've heard of this whole thing. So you got to give me a second.
Sure.
No, okay. So let's say me and a guy are together.
Sure.
And you come over and want to get in. Then, yeah, absolutely. You are, because he can always extract himself from the situation. So, yeah, absolutely. Husbands have veto power. Wives, partners, whatever, can join in at any time. Now, I don't think you should touch the man.
No.
Or like I shouldn't touch the woman unless she invites me, but touching you is okay.
Or if you ask and she says it's okay.
Sure.
That's
or she's like, touch me.
Thank you. Okay. Wow. I finally convinced her of something.
You didn't convince me of anything. You just didn't give me a second to think about it.
Sure. No, I understand. Okay, well, I think that answers that.
Does that answer that?
So with the yeses and the nos as far as that's concerned, we do get that question a lot, and as far as what do you do when you aren't interested in playing with someone, how do you say no? And we have touched on it a bit here and there. It comes up in conversation often, but someone said, hey, why don't you do a full, just talk about no. Right. And so that's kind of what the plan is here, is to talk about that. So there have been situations many times over the years where we have had to say no. And it is unquestionably the hardest thing to deal with.
Yes.
Yeah, you would agree with that? Okay. You just feel bad when you have to say no to someone.
Yeah.
If you're not interested, you're not interested.
Right.
And it becomes kind of a trick as far as what to do.
Because nobody wants to hurt anybody's feelings. Right?
And we always talk about honesty and, just say no or no thank you. But unfortunately, that's honestly easier said than done.
Yeah.
It's great if you can do that, and there have been times that I have done that, and there have been times that people have done that to us when we've asked them and they said no. But
and
it's
I think
still...
it is better to be honest, if you can, to be fully honest with them, because you don't want them hanging on a leash the whole time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like sitting in the corner hoping that, oh, they didn't say no exactly, so, we're not going to talk to anybody else. We're going to wait over here and wait for them to say yes.
Sure. And we have, there have been occasions where that's exactly the case. And we just say no thank you, but that's not that easy to do sometimes.
Right.
There are videos where we've actually said, don't say not right now. If you say something like not right now, you are implying that maybe later. Mm-hmm. And that might very well be the case too. And if that's the case, that's fine. We actually had it's come up a couple times recently where there was someone, we were at a house party recently, and a big one, and we just started talking to a couple. It was the very beginning of the night, and just out of the blue, the guy said, "Hey, do you guys want to play?" You kind of turned. You didn't really hear the conversation. But the guy said, "Hey, do you guys want to play with us? We're totally interested." And it totally got me off guard because we had literally just started talking to them, and with 2 minutes earlier. And again, this was very early in the evening, and it caught me off guard. But the answer wasn't a yes or a no. It was I said, "I don't know, maybe," but it's too early to tell. Was the answer to my question, because it really was, because I didn't know.
You need a moment to see if there's a connection, and
well, we need a moment. You are definitely someone who needs more than just a moment. There have been times early on when we were in the lifestyle that you're like, orgy, whoever, okay, whatever, let's just do this. But as we've grown and evolved in the lifestyle over the years, you definitely want to connect with somebody a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I'm usually perfectly okay if she's attractive, but even still, I'm attracted to her. That I'll be like, okay, whatever. But even still, sometimes there are times where it's just like it's not sexy time yet. Like there's no sexual chemistry at least yet. Why my answer was I don't know, maybe, because let's see how the evening progresses, and and maybe or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't talked to Bianca. I have no idea what her thinking is as far as the guy is concerned.
So if someone says I don't know, maybe, take that as keep the conversation going. Like, you don't want to say that if you're like, no, I don't want to play with them, but you say, I don't know, maybe,
well, that was my
on the hook.
Yes, but that I was really trying to be honest. Again, it caught me off guard, but I was trying to be honest and not be no thank you, because it really wasn't a no thank you. It was a no thank you right now, and it was not a yes maybe later. It was I don't know the answer to your question. Mm-hmm. And actually we never. Saw them again that evening. It was a big crowd of people. So yeah, that type of thing does happen. But I really try to do that. People do have different discussions as far as how they respond. We've seen a lot of women will use it's that time of the month. Mm-hmm. I can't play tonight. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're using it as an excuse, unless 10 minutes later, you are playing with someone else.
Right. That's just rude.
Well, that's just. You can hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you also run into the issue of what if the person says that's okay.
Yeah, I don't care if I make a mess. Just they got towels in the back. Just it's all good. Can hose you down afterward.
People are into that. So.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true. There have been definitely situations where I'd be like, I don't mind. I don't mind anyway, but that doesn't mean she doesn't, because I definitely have known and dated a lot of women that are absolutely like, at that time, I don't do anything because they don't feel comfortable with it. So that's fine, but if you are going to use it as an excuse and it's literally just an excuse, don't go and play with somebody 10 minutes later because you're going to hurt their feelings or something like that. So, that whole maybe later thing, you could be leading someone on, but we did come up with in a conversation. Mm-hmm. You and I talked about this a lot because this is something that people bring up a lot, and Absolutely. It is very, very difficult. Yeah. But we did come up with that if you did say something like maybe later, that you're putting the ball into their court. So if a couple comes up to us and says, hey, we're really, really interested in you guys. We would love to play with you. And we're like, I don't know, maybe later. We know this now. They told us this information. They want to play with us. So if we decide sometimes through the evening whether it's connecting with them or however we're connecting with them, and we're like, yeah, at that point the ball is in our court. If they asked us again, then it starts to become uncomfortable.
Right.
And so we kind of just say, hey, if you ask that to someone and they respond in a way like that's kind of a gray area, then don't ask again. They know that you are wanting to play with them, so just let them come to you, basically. And then in that situation, everybody's comfortable.
Yeah.
And because it is difficult to say no. That's the easiest thing to do, but it is difficult to say no. But if you do want or need to use those excuses because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, just be aware of that. That is a solution, and don't just keep pestering someone, because that makes it really uncomfortable for them. They know you want to play with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and we all are here to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure that people aren't feeling uncomfortable, or like every time they see that couple coming toward them, they have to run away and go to the other side of the room.
Right.
So
yeah, and
you can say that too, like if the couple says, I don't know, maybe later, and you're like, okay, well, we're gonna kind of walk around, so if you're feeling like it, come find us.
Mm-hmm.
So that they don't feel like
that's
pressured.
very, very good. That's very good, because you also, if you are attracted and you do say this to someone, you also don't, I say, want to waste your time. I mean, it sounds like a terrible thing to say, but if someone really isn't interested in playing and they give you kind of the wishy-washy answer to that, you can flat out say that. Hey, okay, just so that you guys know, we are interested in you. If you think maybe, and you don't want to keep trying, or because, like I said, in this one situation there was no connection yet. But if they would have continued talking to us, or we would have continued talking to them, and there would have been some sexy dancing or hand touching or whatever, the things that generally move things forward,
right,
that would have it very well could have gone that direction.
Absolutely.
But on the other end of that, it's okay that if you're on the hunt, and you get this vibe that, okay, well, they definitely didn't say yes, and maybe they don't feel the same way we do. You guys know that we're interested. If you see us, come find us or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
And that is, that. So it's not just in this conversation, the person's responding with a no. It's also the person who asks and how they should respond when they get any answer. Besides yes,
right.
And that's also one thing as far as consent in general is we definitely see this a lot in the lifestyle, and you see it in all aspects of just open people that are okay with sexuality. Open sexuality is no means no, but if it's not, almost like if it's not an enthusiastic yes, it's a no. And that's a really, really important thing to keep in mind, especially when you do see couples that are new, and maybe you can kind of get a vibe that like one side of the couple's really into it and the other one is just not right there. Be aware of that, because that's the type of thing that can cause problems with that relationship if both parties are not quite on the same page. So just kind of be aware of that. Yeah. So and with that, make sure that you do check out www.clubsapphire.net. There's a lot of awesome events that are coming up. We're really excited. We're actually going to be going down shortly with a big group going down to Jamaica for the Miss No swimsuit contest.
Very excited.
Lady P is our contestant,
Lady P.
and she's super hot. So you should all cheer her on when we're down there too. So
absolutely.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you later.